Okay, guys, let's go to our what we did today, December 10th. So this is group lesson 3.3.2. It is a long lesson, so we won't get through all of it today. We will work on it some more on Monday. All right, the first thing says Sean was trying to solve for x in the equation 0.4 times x minus 2 equals 3.4 minus 0.2x. He said to his teammate April, ugh, decimals. I wish that we only had equations with whole numbers. Suddenly, April blurted out, wait, Sean, I think there's another way. Can't you first rewrite this equation so it has no decimals? Then it will be faster and easier to solve. Okay, so basically what April is talking about is she is talking about turning all of these into just their whole numbers. We're going to multiply all of them by 10. Okay, so 0.4 will become 4. And then that'll be x minus 2 in the parentheses equals 3.4 will turn into 34. And 0.2 will turn into 2x. And that is the answer that we type into our answer box. 4 times x minus 2 equals 34 minus 2x. Okay. And then explain your thinking. Multiply everything by 10. We moved all the decimals over one place to the right. Okay, so now we need to solve our new equation, the one without the decimals. Okay. So we take our 4 and we distribute it through the parentheses. 4 times x is 4x. 4 times negative 2 is negative 8 equals 34 minus 2x. All right, then what we do is we combine like terms. We've got a negative 2x that we can add to both sides and combine it with the 4x, so plus 2x. That'll give us 6x. Then we have a negative 8 that we can add to both sides. So add 8. 34 plus 8 equals 42. Then we just divide both sides by 6. And that will give us our answer of x equals 7. And that's what we type in our answer box. Okay, next page. Page 3. Okay, so now we need to rewrite the equations. So we've got this equation down here that's negative 7.5 x squared plus 4x minus 0.3 equals 2.5 x squared plus 10.02 minus 10x squared. Now, as we have been working on this equation throughout the day, we found that it was actually easier to just leave it how it is and just combine our like terms. So here we go. We've got negative 7.5 x squared plus 4.8 minus 0.3. Then on the other side, we have 2.5x squared plus 10.02 minus 10x squared. Now what we're going to do is we're going to combine our like terms in the right side of the equal sign. So we've got 2.5x squared and negative 10x squared. When we subtract 10 from 2.5, we get a negative 7.5. So it'll be negative 7.5x squared. Well, since we have 2.5 or 7.5 on both sides, we can add a 7.5x squared to both sides, and that will cancel them out. Oops, 7.5x squared. All right, so now what we're left with, we have 4.8 minus 0.3, oh, this has an x. 4.8x minus 0.3 equals 10.02. So we'll write this over here, 4.8x minus 0.3 equals 10.02. We'll add 0.3 to both sides. Oops, 0.3, and then we add it. That gives us 10.32. And then we have 4.8x equals that. Divide both sides by 4.8. We pull up our little calculator. It'll show us that, okay. So we go 10.32 divided by 4.8 equals 10.25. So that is the answer that we put right here. X equals 2.15. Okay. All right, we're ready for page 4. Okay, so page 4 is going to be a whole lot easier than the previous pages. And the reason why is because we've seen something. Oh. There goes the super, super loud. Okay, we divide everything by 1,000 because we've got 2,000, 5,000, and 18,000. So we can divide everything by 1,000. Okay, so 2,000 divided by 1,000 is 2. Plus 5,000 divided by 1,000 is 5 equals 18,000 divided by 1,000 is 18. All right, so now we will distribute out our 2. So 2 times x and 2 times negative 24. 2 times x is 2x. 2 times negative 24 is negative 48. And then plus 5 equals 18. Now we've got negative 45 and 5. We can add those together. Negative 48 plus 5 is negative 43. That equals 18. And then we've got a 2x. All right, so now we add 43 to both sides. And that gives us 61. 2x equals 61. Divide both sides by 2. And x equals 30 and 1/2. Remember, you can use your calculator, so make sure you do that. So that's what you would put in your answer box right there. All right, so let's go to page 5. Page 5 says, examine the equation below. Multiply each term by 6. What happened? Do any fractions remain? Okay, so we're going to multiply each of the fractions by a 6. So the first one is x over 6 minus 5 over 8 equals 4. Okay, so if we multiply this one, if we multiply it by 6 times 6, that's going to cancel this out and we'll just be left with x. The next one, we multiply it by 6. We see 5 times 6 is 30, and that'll be 30 over 8. And then equals, and then we go 4 times 6 is 24. All right, so do any fractions remain? Yeah, this one in the middle is a fraction. So we do have a fraction that remains. Go to page 6, and it says examine the equation below. So that's what we were left with. Since fractions remain, decide how you will continue to change your equivalent equation. So now what we would do, so we multiplied everything by 6, and that got rid of this 6 right here, but it didn't get rid of the 8. So we need to multiply everything by 8. Okay. So we'll multiply the first thing by 8. We'll multiply the second thing by 8 and the last thing by 8. X times 8 is 8x. X times negative 30 over 8 is negative 30. And 24 times 8 is 2. I'm gonna have to do that. That's 32, carry the 3, 16, that's 192. And then we'll add 30 to both sides. And that will be 8x equals, let's see, 2 times plus 0 is 2, 9 plus 3 is 12, carry the 1. That'll be 222, divide everything by 8. And that will give us, if we pull up our calculator over here, okay, there. If we pull up our calculator right here, okay, let's move that over so we can see what we're doing. Clear that out, and we go 222 divided by, oh, no, clear everything. Clear. 222 divided by 8 equals 27.75. So 27.75 or 3/4. And that is what x equals. So forgot we've got to go x equals x. There we go. 27 3/4. Okay. We're just going to do 3 more pages. Page 7. 5x over 3 plus 15 over 2 equals 5 over 2. So we look at each of our each of our denominators, and we say, okay, there's a 3, there's a 2, and a 2. All right, there's a 3 there, and there's a 2 there, and we've already got a 2, so they combine together. All right, 3 times 2 is 6. So we're going to multiply everything by 6. So 6 times 5x over 3 plus 15 over 2 equals 5 over 2. All right. 6 times 5x over 3. Okay. Think of it, you can also still think of it as 3 times 2, and if that'll help you. So we've got 3 on the bottom. That means we don't have anything for the 2. So we times that by 2. 5x times 2 is 10x. And then this bottom one right here is times, we would times it by 3 because we've got the 2 there, but we don't have the 3. So 15 times 3 is 45. And then same thing here, we've got a 2 on bottom, so we need a 3. 5 times 3 is 15. All right, so now we just solve our equation. We subtract 45 from both sides. And 10x equals negative 30. Divide both sides by 10, so x equals negative 3. All right, that's what we put in our answer box. All right, page 8. Okay, same thing. We just look at the denominator. We have an x here, and we have an 8 here. So that means we need to multiply the whole entire thing by 8x. So 8x times 5 over x minus 2 equals negative 11 over 8. Okay, so the first one, we've got an x but not an 8, so we're going to multiply it by 8, so times 8. So that'll be 40. And then 2, there's nothing on the bottom of 2, so that will be 2 times 8x, which is 16. Oh, that's a minus. Hold on. Erase. Okay. Minus 16x equals, okay, there's an 8 there, but not an x, so equals negative 11x. All right, combine like terms. We're going to add 16x to both sides. Negative 11 plus 16 is 5. So we've got 5x equals 40. Divide both sides by 5. And x equals 8. That's what we type right here. X equals 8. All right, last page. Okay, so on this one, we have a 2x and a 2. And then nothing. So we've got the 2x and the 2. That means we just need to multiply it by 2x. So we'll go 2x times 7 over 2x plus 3 over 2 equals 3.25. And I ran out of room. Okay, so 2x times 7 over 2x. We've got both the 2 and the x, so we just have a 7. Plus 3 over 2. We have the 2, but not the x, so we multiply the 3 by the x, so 3x equals, and we've got 3.25, and then we don't have a 2 or an x on bottom, so we're going to multiply the whole thing by 2x. So 2 times 3.25 is 6.5x. All right, so now we're ready to combine like terms. We subtract 3x from both sides, minus 3x, and that'll give us 3.5x. 7 equals 3.5x. We divide both sides by 3.5, and 7 divided by 3.5 is 2, so x equals 2. That's what goes right here. X equals 2. Bum, bum, bum. All right, so we will start on page 10 on Monday. Hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you then.